mass of oxygen in H2O to its mass in H2O2 represents what? Conservation of mass, we know what that mass of products equals mass of reactants. And law of conservation of energy is not related, but it is energy equals an energy, but it's not related here as we deal with it with mass. So that means we don't deal with energy. So here now, law of multiple proportions. We know that multiple proportions and definite proportions are different in some areas. How? Multiple or fixed here, definite or fixed proportions, we deal with it like one molecule, like NaCl, one molecule of salt, or we deal with it like what? One compound like NaCl. So that means the ratio now, the ratio of the mass of sodium to the mass of chlorine in this compound is constant, is definite all the time. This is what does it mean, definite proportions. So we deal with it like an element in its compound. Get an element in its compound. So that means we are dealing, when we are talking about law of definite proportions or constant proportions, we deal with an element or two elements in one compound. But multiple proportions, that means we deal with more than one compound. Keep that in mind. So as the question here, we have two compounds. So that means if it is two compounds, usually here it is multiple proportions. But how? What does that mean? And what is multiple proportions law? Good. Here now, as you see, for this compound, for water here, H2O, we have just what two elements are there? We have two elements, which is hydrogen and what? And oxygen. Good. And this also, this one here, what elements are there? Hydrogen and oxygen. You see? So that means we have two different compounds, but they are made from the same elements. They are made from the what? The same elements. Good. If they are made, if I have two compounds and they are made of the same elements, in this case, if I choose one element like oxygen, if I choose oxygen here, and I find its mass, and we know it's 16, and I find here what is the mass here, it is 16 times 2, it's going to be 32, you see. So if I have two different compounds and they are made from the same elements, like here hydrogen and oxygen, if you choose one element and you go to find its mass in the first compound and you find its mass in the second compound, if you find this ratio, which is 16 to 32, you're going to find it what? You're going to find it in this case as, whole number ratio. So 16 to 32, it's going to be 1 to 2. And it is 1 to 2 or 2 to 1. It represents on which one you start. So in this case, numerator and denominator, they represent what? Whole number. So this one, what is called multiple proportions law. So multiple proportions law, they says the ratio of the mass of an element in two compounds is whole number ratio. And the condition is that these two compounds are made of the same elements. Okay, that's so you understand here now. This is now law of multiple proportions.